Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Jiang, and it's such a pleasure to be here with you today. Our company is called Avisi Technologies, and we are working in the glaucoma space. For most of us in this room, this is a pretty familiar sight, especially as we head off into the holidays to see our family and our friends. If you're blessed with good vision, this is how you interact with the world. But there are close to 4 million people living in the US today who can't see what you see because they have glaucoma. And when you have glaucoma, this is what your world becomes. At Avisi, we are working on a device called VisiPlate. It's our first product built with a patented metamaterial platform technology. We're initially targeting 2.6 million moderate to severe glaucoma patients in the US with a multi-billion-dollar market potential. And I'm excited to share our progress with you today, our 510K pathway strategy, a bit about our team, and we've been very fortunate to have just closed a oversubscribed seed round. We announced that today, with over $7.5 million of funding, with our next round being a $15 million Series A to support US clinical trials. Before we talk about glaucoma, I'd love to tell you a bit about the technology. We are commercializing the world's thinnest freestanding material. To put that into context, think of something really thin, say saran wrap. You can't pick it up. It crinkles, it sticks to itself. But our technology is many hundreds of times thinner than saran wrap, and it's freestanding, it's robust, it's ultra flexible, and highly conformal to the eye. We have achieved a license from the University of Pennsylvania for this technology with an exclusive field of use, as well as created applications in various indications for the eye. Let's talk about glaucoma. This is the world's leading cause of irreversible blindness, affecting over 140 million patients worldwide. At a high level, our eyes are constantly producing a fluid called aqueous humor. But in eyes with glaucoma, the drainage system is blocked. This leads to intraocular pressure building up and permanently damaging the optic nerve. Reducing intraocular pressure, or IOP as we call it, is the only way to prevent progression of disease. When we take a look at the treatment algorithm, high failure rates abound. And that's why VisiPlate is aiming to treat moderate to severe glaucoma patients, of which there are 2.6 million in the US. At $2,000 average selling price per device, this is a multi-billion-dollar market opportunity. And treatments for these patients in particular fail due to two key reasons. One, by occlusion with scar tissue, or being very large and invasive. Trabeculectomies have been around for over 100 years. These are manual surgeries with high rates of post-op complications like overly low pressure, scarring, bleeding, and leaking. Recently, minimally invasive glaucoma surgeries have taken the world by storm, with a good effort in making surgery safer and more accessible to patients. However, issues still abound, such as bleeding, clogging, and migration. Tube shunts are devices that have been around for about 2 decades, and they really are the last line of defense. They're large, they're invasive, with lengthy and complicated surgeries. That's where VisiPlate comes in, an ultra-thin shunt designed to avoid occlusion. We do this by using non-fibrotic materials, having a multi-channel design to create outflow redundancy, and having a surface area to maintain the drainage space over time. Our device is ultra-thin, 5 microns in profile. That's 20 times thinner than a human hair. And again, it's our patented technology that ensures handleability despite this scale. VisiPlate is implanted in the subconjunctival space. That's between the clear membrane of tissue on your eye and that thick white layer. And the tip sits between the iris and cornea. Microchannels throughout VisiPlate allow aqueous to drain onto the body of our device. From there, the fluid collects in a very low-lying fluid pocket, is slowly reabsorbed into surrounding tissue, thereby lowering pressure within the globe and protecting the optic nerve. We designed VisiPlate to overcome trade-offs in efficacy and safety that we continue to see in the space. VisiPlate is the only device with redundant outflow pathways, over 80 outflow channels, as opposed to current solutions which rely on a single lumen tube, a single point of outflow and a single point of failure. Secondly, we can maintain the drainage space over time, which is key, with our surface area. And last but not least, the use of non-fibrotic materials, specifically Illumina and Parylene C, both of which have had a very long history of use in the human body. Thus far, we've demonstrated biocompatibility as well as sustained IOP-lowering potential in standard preclinical rabbit models. We've published this in the Journal of Material Science, Materials and Medicine, and at a high level, the takeaway is that we were able to surpass the FDA's performance threshold of reducing intraocular pressure by over 20% from baseline. And comparing our data to data of competitors in the same model, we were able to see greater magnitude of reductions as well as longer lasting effect. Today, we are well on our way towards pursuing the 510(k) pathway. We are currently in the early feasibility clinical trial stage, which I can't talk too much about today, but I look forward to having an update in the next few months. We aim to come to the US for a clinical trial sometime in 2024 with an eye towards market clearance in 2025. We're very lucky to have some of these supportive partners help us with our journey. In the interest of time, I'll skip over the team for now. We have a highly expert group of people helping us commercialize the device with many decades of experience in medical device development. And I would be remiss if I didn't thank our clinical advisors, some of whom are here today. Dr. Edie Miller-Ellis, who is Director of Glaucoma at the University of Pennsylvania. Dr. Rick Lewis, who is the past president of AGS, as well as the founder of Sacramento Eye Consultants. Dr. Ike Ahmed of the University of Toronto Prism Eye Institute. Dr. Isan Sadri, founder of Visionary Eye Institute. And Dr. Jonathan Myers, Chief of Wills Eye Hospital, Thomas Jefferson University, just to name a few. To recap in my final couple of seconds here, we are working on Avisiplate, an ultra-thin multi-channel aqueous shunt for glaucoma, first product built with a patented metamaterial platform technology. If you would like to learn more, I would be happy to speak with you. Thank you so much for your time, and it's been a pleasure.